Hello everybody and welcome to another League of Legends video. This one featuring Udyr, or Primal Udyr. And I'm going to be jungling, as you can see in this game, and this is actually a full pre-made team. So you've got, this is Bob playing Mordekaiser, Lifney, who is in this match level 19, playing Darius, Manfred 183 playing Kale, who is level 25 or 26 or 25. Then you've got Madman 97 JC playing Teemo, who is level 29 in this match, who actually just hit level 30 in my last game with him. Congratulations. And me playing Udyr. So on the other team you've got Aurelia and Ashe, Veigar, LeBlanc and Pantheon player. So as you can see, our Darius is soloing top against two people, so you've got Veigar and Aurelia. And I am playing Udyr jungle, and I wanted to give him a level 2 or 3 gank, but I sort of screwed it up. I'm quite low, so I'm just trying to clear the camp so I can recall. Whoa, lag. Okay, so Udyr is a really fun champion. I love to play him. And that's mainly because of his skill set and the way he's built. So, okay, Pantheon getting first blood on Teemo it seems, and then going up to Kale. Kale almost dying, but not quite there. So the main thing with Udyr is that he's got 4 stances. So he's got Tiger, Turtle, Bear and Phoenix, and he can alternate between all of them. They all give a persistent effect and an activating effect, and his passive is Monkey's Agility. Upon entering a stance, Udyr gains 10% attack speed for 5 seconds, and this effect can stack up to 3 times. So as you can see, I started with boots 3, and then I got cloth and potions, and once I hit level 4, I'm going to go top to gank because he doesn't need help. So the main stance I like to max out is either Tiger, Turtle or Phoenix, depending whatever I'm doing. So Tiger, its persistent effect, I gain increased attack speed, and its activation, Udyr's attack speed is increased even more, and Udyr's first attack renders his target dealing an extra magic damage over 2 seconds. Pardon me. So that one is your main damage skill, and it's best for things such as like when you're ganking, you can deal a lot more damage, and it goes really well with red buff because you'll be able to keep them slowed and keep actually dealing damage, especially if you max it out for that extra damage when it renders them, because it does scale off of attack damage, as you can see, plus 125 extra, so that's quite a bit. And I was going to go after this Aurelia or Veigar, and unfortunately Darius was just standing around, as I was hoping for one of them to get closer or for him to use their stun, and I noticed that Aurelia was going in, and there's the slow from Aurelia, so I was able to go in. There's the stun from Veigar. I was trying to stay in it so I wouldn't get stunned, and then I got the slow off on Aurelia, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get her. But it doesn't matter too much, unfortunately. And there's our Darius failing his upper hand. So as you can see, there's Aurelia just trying to get out of the bush, and I'm just doing nothing. So as you can see, Aurelia is going after me, so is Veigar. There's the stun, there's the exhaust going onto me, Darius is going to come in, I'm going to bear stance, flash away, then I'm going to go back in, stun the Aurelia, use my tiger stance, go and absolutely maul her face off, and that's going to be not first blood, but that's going to be a kill top. So worked out for us. We were able to get a kill top. So unfortunately we were behind from that first blood that got bot, but we are going to pull ahead a little bit more in this match, so because of that. So just trying to help out my top lane a bit because it is a 2v1, but now I'm going to go back to the jungle. So his turtle stance is what I normally like to max out, either second or third. Its persistent effect, Udyr's attacks cannot crit, but he restores a percentage of his damage as health, and a percentage of his damage as mana. That does go up as you level it up. Udyr and its activation, Udyr gains a temporary shield that absorbs damage. This includes magic and physical damage. So as you can see, I was quite low on mana, but now that I pop my turtle stance, it's already back up to halfway, and it's normally what I like to use a lot when you're in the jungle, because you do have that shield and you're able to gain, it's like having extra life steal and mana steal thing. So yeah, it helps out in the jungle, and also it does give No, I think I'm mistaken, but I thought it gave extra armor and magic resist, but I think that's just me. They might have gotten rid of it. Yeah. So, this is like his main tank. So you've got like, damage, tank. Bear is more bruiser, so, that's his bear stance. So basically, it's persistent effect. Udyr mauls his target with such force that they are stunned for a second, as you can see there. I'm not sure if it goes up or not. As you can see, I am going after this Ashe, gonna stun her. There's a slow from Kale, and I'm gonna be able to finish her off. So as you can see, this effect cannot occur on the same target for 6 seconds, and its activation, Udyr gains increased movement speed for 2 seconds. So it's a more ganking, chasing type stance, or running away, and I prefer to max this last, as I only need it at level 1 for the stun, not really anything else. So, his R ability, his 4th stance, because he doesn't actually have an ultimate. These are all just stances you can get at whatever. It's Phoenix. The persistent effect is every 3rd attack, Udyr engulfs enemies in front of him in flame, dealing magic damage. And the activation, Udyr sends out pulsing waves of fire, dealing magic damage each second to nearby enemies for 5 seconds. In addition, Udyr's ability power is increased by 16 and his attack damage is increased by half of that amount. I prefer to get this skill first when I'm jungling, because it does actually clear the camps faster than your tiger stance. If I, for instance, want to quickly do it and then rush to the enemy's red, then normally what I'll do is I'll get Phoenix and then get a good leash, not use smite, and then get my tiger stance next. So it's not as you don't sustain as much because you don't have your total stance, but the good thing is that you can clear camps really fast because of that extra attack speed from your tiger, plus that rending, plus the flames that you can shoot out from Phoenix stance and extra attack damage and whatnot. So it's a really great clearing combo. So normally I can just take both skills, rush their red, and then steal it with that smite. So unfortunately, Pantheon going 3 for 0 now, but excuse me. But fortunately, our Mordekaiser player was able to get mid. So I decided to go with Mordekaiser bot so we could try and get a kill and see what happens, because they were both pushing quite a bit and this Pantheon's getting quite cocky. So his Phoenix stance is more like a control type, you could say. So there we go, we're going to get the stun off and I'm going to be able to get the kill on him. So Teemo's going to chase after this Ashe. There's the exhaust right now. Yep. And unfortunately I went the wrong way because I thought we weren't going to go after him. Maybe. And this was quite funny. Teemo was about to get the kill and Mordekaiser gets it. Unfortunately I don't get an assist. So I decided to go for a blue buff. And I was going to give it to Mordekaiser, but I decided not to. And unfortunately Teemo's toxic shot gets the blue buff. Damn it. Oh. So Phoenix stance I normally like to max first if I'm going tank. As you can see, I am maxing Tiger stance because I wanted to go mainly damage, because Mordekaiser, he was going like mainly tank, like only a little bit of damage. So I didn't worry too much about that. And I was going to max total stance or Phoenix stance after my target stance in this game, but it all depends on preference. Since you don't have an ultimate, you're going to have to max 3 stances to level 5 and then 1 of them to level 3. And Teemo getting a kill bot there. So normally what I like to do is get Tiger Total and Phoenix to level 5 and then Bear Stance to level 3. Simply because I just prefer to use the Bear Stance as a utility, not as an actual ability. So as you can see, when I went back I got a Heart of Gold and Philosopher's Stone because I did want that double gold for 5, and it does help out. Philosopher's Stone is actually a really good item on Udyr because he can have those mana issues when you're spamming, for instance right now. So if I didn't have my total stance, then I would be really low on mana. So it's good to have that Philosopher's Stone because it does give that extra mana regen. Right, so I was going to go top now, and as you can see, they were swapping out the mids quite a bit throughout this game. And Mordekaiser's trying to get this Vigar, but unfortunately couldn't get him. There's the stun from Vigar, barely missing him. And there's Irelia, and Mordekaiser's going to run away for some reason. Maybe because he's... Yep, okay, so... not much happening there. Okay, so I wanted to go after this LeBlanc, and I was going to zoom, and she was going to dash right as I stunned her, so she was stunned like that. And I'm going to slow, and there's the apprehend. Nope. But it looks like I'm going to get the kill from my red buff. But I think the Darius ultimate went off there, but unfortunately it didn't get the kill. So just going into the enemy jungle to steal their double golems. It's not really putting anybody else behind except me forward, so because they don't have a jungler. And it looks like Mordekaiser getting a kill on Irelia. And he's gonna get mid turret now. Alright. So I wanted to go for this Vigar, and you'll see here, it was sort of a bit of a weird thing we were doing right now. So like I'm gonna keep getting hit, and we're not really going to accomplish anything, as you can see. So we decide to back off. Well, at least this is Bob does. I don't think I do. I think I still wanted to go for him. Oh yeah, so this is Bob getting attacked by Ashe, and Ashe is getting really low because this is Bob decided to go for him. And unfortunately, Vigar's going to get the Ashe. And I'm going to go after the Ashe. I'm going to flash and be able to take her down. I'm going to get really low. And unfortunately, I'm going to die. But here comes Teemo. Going to try and get this Vigar. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get him. Unless he actually does. But I doubt it. And he's going to flash into him. And there's the exhaust, and can he get him? Nope, he's getting really low, and Vigar's gonna kill him. Wonderful. So, when I went back, I got a Wriggles Lantern. Once again, good item on Udyr. I probably have said this in another Udyr video, because I've had another Udyr match before. Speaking of which, in my other videos this week, there's two LeBlancs, that's really confusing. I stated that I only missed out on one video last week. I actually missed out on the whole week last week because I unfortunately wasn't able to record, but I meant the week before that with the video that I missed. So unfortunately I wanted to go for blue buff, but I couldn't because I had to go top, otherwise I would have gotten the turret, and I'm going to have to rush over there. So as you can see, I'm getting quite low, so I'm going to pop my turtle stance never. Excuse me. So I'm just trying to defend this turret so they can't get it, but it doesn't look like they're going to anyway. Okay, so I wanted to go for blue buff, and as you can see, I was able to clear that quite well. I was able to clear that quite quickly. Wow, tongue tire. Clear that quite quickly. And I wanted to go top for a gank so I could help out this Darius player, and I thought that it was warded because they were backing off, but it doesn't really matter because I'm getting quite low, and I'm getting stunned and snared and low. And I'm going to... That's a fail flash. And unfortunately he pulled him back. That was the wrong time to pull. And that was a fail snare. Okay, so this is Bob was going to go top, I believe. And we were hoping for something to happen. But not much was happening. So as you can see, I wanted to go after this LeBlanc. I was getting her really low, and there's the shield from Mordekaiser. And will I be able to finish her off? Mordekaiser's going to be able to get the kill with his ultimate, and I'm going to have to get out of there. I'm getting quite low. Unfortunately, I didn't get an assist from this Aurelia once they kill her. But we were able to get 2 for 1 out of that, so I'm fine with that. So long as we actually did get her. Right, so we're going to be able to get this turret as well, I think. Yep. And I'm going to get Boots of Mobility. Now, I wouldn't particularly recommend this on Udyr. I would recommend something like Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby or even Berserker's Greaves if you're just going damage. But it looks like Teemo's getting a kill on Ashe and almost getting this Pantheon. Excuse me. But not going to be able to. I just wanted to try out Bits of Mobility to see how it was, because that's what you do. You just test out things. Like I tried out the new Chalice of Harmony building thing on Heimerdinger recently. So unfortunately Vigo getting a kill on Darius, but thank goodness LeBlanc didn't get an assist. So, getting red buff, and as you can see, I'm back to full mana because of my Total Stance and Philosopher's Stone, and I was pinging for Dragon because I didn't want them to take it, and it looks like Mordekaiser's going after this Vigo, and Vigo's just going to back off with that stun. So, it ended up that I was going to solo Dragon. There we go. Alrighty, so it looks like our Mordekaiser player, this is Bob, is going to go after this Aurelia, so let's see if he can make something happen. He's going to put a shield onto himself and not going to be able to do much. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that Rylai, so he wasn't able to do too much. Alrighty, so I'm stealing their blue buff because I wanted it, and I wanted to dive this Ashe, but then I noticed that LeBlanc's here and Pantheon's here as well, and LeBlanc's going to run into those 2 shrooms. Unfortunately, Kale's going to die. And that was a fail snare. And Teemo's going to walk out of the bush and actually die. Almost. I think. I'm not too sure. No, I don't think he does die. And this was a stupid move by him. He actually... Oh, no. They could see him, apparently. So he decides to flash out and almost lives. And I think he does live. Yeah. And I was able to get the enemy Ashe. And unfortunately our Teemo did die to LeBlanc. I'm getting exhausted, getting really, really low. So I wanted to pop my shield. There's my shield and flash over. And I'm getting really low now, 48, 52 HP, and there's my shield. So just barely able to save myself. And I make the stupid move. I was going to go for this Pantheon. Then I noticed Vigo, so I stun, and he slowed, and I put my shield. But unfortunately that cube from Vigo is going to kill me. So that was really unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Mordekaiser's going to be able to kill Pantheon, Pantheon kills Darius, and Darius is going to chase after Vigo, but I don't think he'll be able to find him, so he decides to go for this Ashe. Nope, there's Vigo. And it looks like he is going after this Vigo, maybe. But there's Aurelia as well, so he's not going to bother. So I have quite a bit of money, and I decided to get a BF sword because I am trying out just flat damage Udyr, and in the end I just decided to try out a Trinity Force. This is not what I recommend on a standard Udyr. If you want to play Udyr, play him properly and play him as a tank or tanky DPS, and that's like things like Madrids, Randuins, Warmogs, Atmas, Frozen Mallet. They're all really good items on Udyr, especially Frozen Mallet, and Randuins, but just don't go like Infinity Edge like I did, because I was just being stupid and I wanted to test it out. So like in the end I just buy 2 Tiamets. So I wanted to go for this Ashe, but I wasn't really able to, so I decided to go for this Aurelia, but I'm getting stunned, so there's a stun on Aurelia now. I'm getting it quite low, but so is Mordekaiser, I should say, and I'm getting attacked, so I popped my shield a bit too late. Aurelia is getting quite low, but going after this Kale. Kale's going to almost live. So is this Aurelia, and this is Bob getting quite low. He's going to have to flash out. Unfortunately, he's getting chased, so I went back in to save him, and even though I probably shouldn't have done that. So I'm going to pop my shield, but unfortunately I'm going to die. There's the ultimate from Vigo. So I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have left it, but, you know, that's what bros do. So, as you can see, Kale is going to be under the turret, and here comes, that was a nice pull from Darius, and Mordekaiser is going to be able to ult this Veigar and take him down. Then they're going to continue the chase on Ashe and LeBlanc, and there's a slow going onto, this is Bob, but he's going to be able to get out of that, and while his clone tanks the slow, and his clone's going to do nothing. Right, so the enemy Pantheon was backdooring bot, but we didn't really care because we had 4 mid, and they only had like 3, and I decided to go for blue buff. And this is probably horrible quality, as all my videos are. So it looks like Pantheon's killing Kayle. I don't know how he got there, but Darius is able to kill Pantheon while Mordekaiser goes onto Irelia, taking her down. Then they're going to continue the chase, going to almost kill LeBlanc, but it looks like Mordekaiser is going to get the double kill onto Veigar, then the triple onto LeBlanc, and there's the quadra. Oh, okay, maybe not. So it looks like Teemo got the final kill on Ashe. Wow. This Teemo is actually a bit of an asshole. Like, in my last game with him, like, someone was about to get a pentakill, and like even the enemy KILLI, who was the last one on like 50 HP, just who I was about to kill, just stopped attacking and went to him, and I stopped attacking. But unfortunately, this teammate player was playing Wukong and just decided to kill Steel just as Kassadin was about to get the kill, and everybody raged, and about 8 people reported him, even though he's my friend. So that's a lesson for you all, don't do that. So I decided to help out this Teemo somehow. I decided to take the stun. There's an exhaust going onto Teemo, so he's gonna die almost, but it seems that I was able to save him. But unfortunately, I don't get to save him here because we both fail our flashes. So there's the slow going onto Pantheon, there's a stun going onto me. There's a fail flash from Teemo, but I'm gonna stun and unfortunately get out. Fortunately, and I'm gonna fail my flash right here. Unfortunately. But it doesn't really matter. Well, it does actually, and I'm gonna die. As you can see, like if this was normal view, then like I clicked like there, and it was really weird. And as you can see, I'm just gonna spam the chat. Yep, that's a lot of no's. Radio, so we were able to get a turret, and Aurelia's backdooring top, so I'm going to be able to get my pickaxe to build into my IE, and then I'm going to go join my friend Aurelia. So it looks like this is Bob has his Rylai's right now, so that's going to be good for us because we're going to be able to get lots of that slow, and he's going to have a little bit more damage from that ability power. And let's see how everybody else is going. Darius going a bit of a weird build. I probably should just finish that Frozen Mallet before getting the Hex Drinker, but with this team actually I'd just go for the Hex Drinker, yeah. Kayle going alright, I don't know what she's building. Mordekaiser player able to get a kill on Pantheon. And let's continue. Teemo. What's this? Teemo got his Frozen Mallet already, that's quite good. Okay, so they're engaging mid, and unfortunately Teemo is going to get engaged upon, but he's going to be able to kill the Veigar, and he's going to be able to survive from this Veigar. Veigar, and Veigar's attacking them, but Mordekaiser's going to be tanking the turret, because that's what happens, unfortunately. And I'm mid as well, and I'm getting quite a bit of damage, but because of my, trusty turtle stance, I was able to survive, and Mordekaiser able to get a kill on Ashe, and he's in an awkward position, so I wanted to help out, and I'm going to be able to go after nobody, but I'm going to get ulted by Kayle, so that's great. I'm going to go after Aurelia, get her quite low, and it looks like you do gain armor and magic resist for total stats, but I'm going to get really low here. I'm going to be able to go after this Pantheon, but there's the Q from LeBlanc. I'm getting quite low, and unfortunately Pantheon's going to be able to kill me. If that LeBlanc wasn't there, then I probably would have survived, but that's not the way life is. And unfortunately I didn't survive there.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
So, as you can see, Kale's going to be able to finish off Ashe while they go after LeBlanc, and she's going to get really low, but there's the stun going onto Lifney, and then Darius is going to be, Lifney is going to be able to secure the kill. So, as you can see, I'm going to sell my Philosopher's Stone and get my IE! Yay! Because that's not what you get on Udyr. And I said report Kassadin, but we don't have a Kassadin player.
Rampage.
Okay, so as you can see, Darius is getting a kill on Pantheon, and unfortunately Aurelia is going to kill Darius, but our Mordekaiser is going to kill their Aurelia. We're going to go after this Ashe. She's going to get really low, and Pantheon's clone is going to go after this LeBlanc, but he's not going to be able to survive. The clone's not going to be able to get the kill. So I wanted to get this Nexus, so I got one turret, going after the other one. And as you can see, as Udyr, I'm getting quite a bit of damage off, and I'm trying to get it, but unfortunately we don't seem to get it. Teemo's getting quite low, so I wanted to help him out. Probably should have just gone for the Nexus, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to be able to get a kill. Then me and Mordecai are going to tank 3 guys, while Ashe is getting healed up, while all of them getting healed up actually. And we're going to go after them. I'm going to go after Aurelia. Unfortunately, I'm going to get hit by the Nexus, and I'm just going to walk right into it and die, even though we could have just run away. And I think Pantheon just leapt from here, so that was a bit stupid of him. So that was really unfortunate. So now I have a Cloak of Agility because I wanted to build into a Phantom Dancer, but in the end I sell it, I think.
Your team has
Not too sure.
destroyed a turret.
No, I don't. So I decided to go for blue buff. Okay. And for some reason I'm recalling. Yep, I wanted to sell everything and buy Tiamets. So as you can see, Mordekaiser getting a double kill, and he was able to just barely survive because of that KO ultimate, but unfortunately Teemo died to LeBlanc. We're also going to try and get this Nexus turret, but for some reason this LeBlanc just teleported to that minion right there for some really awkward reason. I have no idea why. And this Nexus is getting really low, but Kale's not going to be able to finish it off. And unfortunately, here comes Darius, gonna try and get it, but he's gonna get stunned by Pantheon, and he's gonna almost get it, and he's gonna be able to get it. So that's gonna be GG. I hope you guys enjoyed this game slow-mo. Thanks guys for watching. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, leave a comment on who you would like me to play next, and thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.